Welcome back to the channel. You'll have to excuse this video because I'm currently not very well and I'm not exactly dressed for the topic of this video, but I do have some Manuka hot honey and lemon to soothe my throat. Fuck, that's really hot. But yeah, today's topic is the Penguin premiere. I know this is like a week late, but I just really want to speak about this because it's something that I really enjoyed. And you know what? I'm just gonna get dressed for the part, okay? That's better. See, now I feel like I'm a criminal in Gotham City. I want to apologise first of all for the audio quality. I have my microphone and it's working, but I can't find the plugin, so you guys are just gonna have to deal with whatever kind of quality this is. In March of 2023, fans were introduced to The Batman.
October 31st. The city streets are crowded for the holiday.
The Batman movie we had all been waiting for. It had colour, it had style, it had great cinematography.
Editing Ollie here. The cinematographer for The Batman was Greg Fraser, who is possibly the only cinematographer I can name off the top of my head, just because he's so good. He is responsible for the Dune movies and also Rogue One, so it's no surprise that The Batman was also shot incredibly well.
It had Mr. Steal Your Girl Robert Pattinson. It had incredible fight scenes, and most importantly, it felt real. See, most of the time Gotham City just feels like an extension of New York or Chicago, but this Gotham felt like its own character, and it felt visceral and real and grungy and disgusting.
I mean, look no more than the opening scene.
The city streets are crowded for the holiday. Even with the rain.
It's such a cozy movie.
After The Batman released, fans wanted more, and we were promised such things with the Arkham TV series, which would have followed characters within Arkham Asylum, and The Penguin, which is now streaming on HBO Max, or, if you're like me and you live in the UK, fucking Sky Atlantic. This first episode premiere felt like an exact extension of that first movie, and honestly, it felt so good to be back in this universe. This version of Gotham City is possibly my favourite ever put to screen. It honestly felt kind of surreal to be back in this version of Gotham City because apart from the movie, we haven't had anything yet. No sequel, no nothing. So it's kind of just in its own universe, sort of. But nevertheless, The Penguin has come out and it's really fucking good, man. It's so good. I got you! I got you! Look, I know we're only one episode in, but you can often tell how good a show is going to be purely by the first episode. Sometimes they can fall apart, but you know, general rule of thumb is if the first episode's good, the rest of the show is going to be good. Now I know we're only one episode in, but it's looking promising, and considering the fact that there was little to no marketing, and what marketing there was absolutely god awful. Like, why were they calling him Oscobb? We open with Oscobb returning to Falcone's penthouse above the nightclub that he owned. And it's here we get to see what happened to the criminal underworld since he died and since Gotham City has been flooded by the terrorist known as the Riddler. Anyway, we open with Oscobb returning to Falcone's penthouse above the nightclub that he owned, and we get to see everything that's happened to the criminal underworld since he's died and since the terrorist known as the Riddler has flooded Gotham City. We see that Alberto Falcone, his son, is taking over the empire, and we see Oscobb sneaking in to his penthouse when he gets caught by Alberto. And last time we saw Alberto Falcone was in the incredible animated movie The Long Halloween, where he was like this weird twink Kurt Cobain looking guy. And in here, he's still an addict, and Oscobb then tries to get him drunk and high and trying to, you know, lather him up after he gets caught. And they have a kind of heart-to-heart, but not the song by Heart to Heart. Heart to Heart. And Oscobb, but we see that Oswald has some sort of innate humanity within him, and he's not just meant to be used as comic relief. We see that he talks about this gangster where he grew up, who he wants to be just like.
He helped people. If someone in your family was sick, you find you a doctor, short on rent, front you the cash. If you saw you on the street, you call out to you, ask how you were. Felt like you meant it too. In my neighborhood, they throw a parade in his honor. A friggin' parade. I mean, it wasn't fancy, but it was a gesture. To show love of what he meant. Can you imagine to be remembered like that?
You see, in the first movie, Oswald was mostly used as comedic relief.
Holy God, what are you showing me? His head. Come on! Open your eyes!
In specific scenes, or to show how cool Batman is.
He's just so cool. Real talk though, why is this movie just so cozy? Like, that's such a vibe right there.
But in here, Matt Reeves really wants to show us that everything that Batman's doing isn't just so black and white as all Batman media makes it out to be. This guy, he's a criminal, but he kind of wants to make something good out of the criminal dealings that he does. I took off the jacket because it was getting a bit hot, but let's continue with the video. So Alberta then makes fun of him and saying how weak and pathetic he is, to which Oswald just murks the guy.
What a little bitch.
And it's here we get introduced to Victor, my beloved.
Run! I'm sorry. Don't move, you twat-faced little prick. Try to steal my shit. Hey, shut the fuck up. You wanna shout again? You wanna fucking shout again? You messed with the wrong fucking guy on the wrong fucking night. You and your friends are dead! Please.
I loved Victor in this first episode. When Oswald teams up with Victor, it leaves room for some awkward comedy, which, as a comedy actor myself, is one of my favourite forms of comedy to perform, because it always works and it always hits and is funny.
Make a left up here.
It's not like some Avengers, Marvel dialogue, but
Gosh, Mr. Stark, you're alive. I'm so glad you're back. I hate you 3000.
it's, physical humour and using awkwardness of the scene to carry the comedy over, and it always works. And when we eventually arrive at Ozzy's house, we see that although he's, one of the top earners in the Falcone family, he's living in pretty much dregs. He's still... Can these birds shut the fuck up, bro? I swear to... When we eventually arrive at Ozzy's place, we see that although he's one of the Falcone top earners, he's not exactly living in a life of luxury. He's in fact living in it's a nice apartment, but it's kind of draggy, and we see that, it's all flashy cars and big suits, but really that's not who he is. Oh, and we see his mangled foot, so that's pretty epic, right? That's epic! Again, it's so nice to be seeing this grungy character of Gotham, and this time we even get to go to the suburbs and outside of the city limits. I think one of the best parts about this... What do you call it? Because there's a movie and there's a TV show. I guess we'll call it a franchise. But one of the best parts about this franchise is the world building is spectacular, and the geographical world building is truly something to marvel at. Like the use of tram lines and how the city is being laid out to us and shown to us. The guy dressed as the Riddler, who was advertising some sort of QR code to scan to see Gotham's future or whatever. Another thing that I want to point out is when the Riddler guy is walking through the tram and he's offering people the QR code, both Victor and Oswald have had to fight for everything they've ever had. But because Victor's from our generation, the guy comes over and he just sort of ignores him. When he goes up to Oswald because he's from like an older generation, he just tells him to fuck off, and I don't know, I thought that was cool. This version of Sophia is very creative. The fact that she's, you know, a former Arkham inmate who clearly is still kind of crazy, it sort of adds to the tension of the scenes, especially when, you know, Oswald is lying to her directly to her face at lunch about killing Alberto, and he's just trying to make it seem like she's crazy. First meeting, it was so fun to see Oswald start lying, and the fact that he was lying through his teeth was just so pure Penguin, like just slimy talent. Seeing Colin Farrell in this role again is so fun because you can tell he just loves it so much, and especially the fact that you can't even tell it's him. I just know he's having so much more fun than he did in the Daredevil movie playing Bullseye.
So I said...
But with Colin Farrell playing the Penguin, he really loves this character.
Maybe took 4 hours, maybe 3.5 or 4 hours. But I will say it was one of the most exciting, jubilant, celebratory experiences I've had in making pictures in 20 years.
There's a clip where he talks about the fact that he's just the performer and the makeup is doing most of the work. And the good thing is that the fact that it looks nothing like him means that we can just imagine the character, not the actor playing the character, which I know sometimes people like to do, especially if you're like an A-list celebrity. Seeing a butt-naked Penguin was something I did not want to see. That's it. That's actually what I have to say. He was just like a fat, hairy, round man. He was so hairy. It was interesting to see how he just let one of Victor's buddies get straight up killed right in front of him, and I wonder if that's going to come up later in the season because, you know, Victor was running with him and they were his friends. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Sophia's scream at the end of the episode was so incredibly visceral and real. You could feel all of the pain that she felt losing the only person that actually cared about her and bothered to go see her when she was in Arkham. And also seeing Victor and Oswald get along more and more as the episode went on was really, really nice. I've got a feeling that there's going to be like a father-son dynamic coming up.
Yeah, it's good.
No, it's not just good, it's better. It's the fucking best.
I love Clancy Brown. I'm so glad that we're in this Clancy Brown renaissance where he's in so much. Like, he was in John Wick 4, he was in The Boys Gen V, Trauma Human, everything. And I'm so glad that he's getting the recognition he deserves because he's really, really great and not just going, you know? So, this is it. This is the end of the video. I hope you like my outfit. Like, I even wear like these pinstripe trousers. Like, they're cool. And I normally wear this outfit to dinner. Ignore the mess. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I need to shave and I don't feel very well. But if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, comment what your thoughts on the episode premiere were, even though this will probably go up when episode 3 is probably out because I'm just that slow and not well. But I'm hoping to try and get a video out every 1 week or every 2 weeks from now on, purely because I want to, you know, actually dedicate a lot of time to this because I enjoy doing this. And although writing the scripts and getting all of these thoughts out of this head onto the page is difficult, when I'm actually recording the video and when I'm editing it and watching it back, I enjoy what I'm saying and I enjoy what I'm watching, and I'm hoping that you guys do too. That's pretty much it. Whatever. I'm just trying to push this to the 10-minute mark in case I get, you know, those mid rollouts, which are never going to happen. But, you know, if you hit subscribe, maybe I will. That's it. All the best. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great.